The captain, while no one was paying attention, poured 96 proof vodka into his juice.
The lead flight attendant smelled the alcohol but was used to it. Only the first officer, who was working with the captain for the first time, was very shocked. By this time, the captain had already fallen asleep from being drunk.
The flight was smooth all the way until the first officer took over and began preparing for descent.
Suddenly, there was a bout of turbulence in the cabin, startling the passengers and crew. Only the captain, who had just woken up, looked calm.
The first officer noticed that the plane's altitude control was jammed.
The captain then instructed the lead flight attendant to calm the passengers.
But the next second, the plane suddenly began to plummet vertically.
The flight attendants who weren't in their seats were thrown around.
The first officer tried to deploy the plane's speed brakes, but it didn't help. The captain then contacted the control tower to prepare for an emergency landing.
To slow down the descent, the first officer, under the captain's direction, dumped all the fuel, but the situation didn't improve.
With permission from the tower, the fuel tanks were also jettisoned.
At that moment, the overhead bins in the cabin were knocked open. The flight attendant got up to handle it, but another bout of turbulence knocked her unconscious. As the plane continued to fall faster, the captain twisted the plane's direction, causing the cabin to tilt slowly. With the help of the first officer and the lead flight attendant, the captain retracted the landing gear and, at 800 meters above the ground, successfully rolled the plane over. The unconscious flight attendant was thrown to the ceiling of the plane. Although the roll stopped the plane from falling, without the fuel tanks, the plane lost power and couldn't make it to the airport. The engines also caught fire one after another.
The captain had no choice but to make an emergency landing nearby.
He first rolled the plane back to its original direction and began to glide.
But suddenly, a church appeared in their path.
The captain quickly tilted the plane, but one of the wings still hit the church before the plane crashed into the ground. After the plane finally stopped, the captain was pulled out. When he woke up, he found out that 4 passengers and 2 crew members had died. Even though the media praised the captain as a hero, he still blamed himself. When he got home, he poured out all his alcohol. Although the crash was caused by mechanical failure, the captain felt that it was because he had been drinking while flying.
He decided to quit drinking.
But soon after, a lawyer came knocking on his door.